Welcome back to the Xultimate Firehose, the show where we strap ourselves to the side of the world's most chaotic timeline and just hang on. I'm your host, and today we are zooming in on a single 24-hour window. May 24th, 2026, one day, 24 posts. And somehow, in that one rotation of the Earth, this man managed to ship an AI model, declare war on the British government, solve ancient Rome, and casually co-sign about 9 different culture wars before breakfast. Stay with me, because the range here is genuinely unhinged. We've got a 4 a.m. coding spree where he's hyping software updates like they're rocket launches. We've got a victory lap over Tesla that I have to read to you to believe. We've got Restore Britain. We've got the 400s in Rome. Yes, the 400s in Rome. But first, quick family business, because we are building this thing together. We are gunning for 500 subscribers by June 1st, and right now we are about a fifth of the way there. So here's the deal. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. If you're watching on X, go follow DGTL Dreamscapes. And then do the one thing that actually moves the needle. Send this to exactly one friend who also cannot look away from this timeline. And drop me a comment. Tell me what you want more of. More Grok, more Rome, more of me losing my mind in real time. I read every single one. Help me get to 500 before June hits. Okay. Let's open the fire hose. Our day actually starts in the dead of night because apparently Elon does not sleep. He ships. At 4:48 in the morning, he drops the pin. Grok Foundation Model version 9, medium, 1.5 trillion parameters has finished training. Quote, evals look good. A lot of cursor data was added in supplementary training. Fine-tuning underway, reinforcement learning in a few days, 2 to 3 weeks to public release. 4.8 million views on a tweet that reads like a Slack message to himself. And then it just keeps going. He's, quote, tweeting his own engineers all night. Here's one celebrating that Grok build is, quote, improving every day. 7 days a week, 6.7 million views on a post about bug fixes, including, and I'm reading this directly, fixing usage limit bugs with prompt caching and fixed layout shifted chars in Kitty Terminal. Sir, this is a social media platform with hundreds of millions of people on it, and you're out here posting patch notes like it's a Discord server. Then the team is gathering speed over a screenshot of version 0.1.220 alpha shipping. Then he's signal boosting some developer running a, quote, sub-agent swarm for weekend fun. The man's idea of a relaxing Saturday is launching a swarm of AI agents to read a math proof. And to close the loop, when someone insists Grok's real mission is to help humanity understand the universe and pursue the truth, even when it's inconvenient, Elon replies simply, yes. One word, 1.7 million views. The most expensive yes on the internet. Oh, and Tesla chimed in too. Your car can now use Grok as a tour guide. Just say, hey, Grok, and it'll tell you about local geology. Because of course it will. Now, in the middle of all this, Elon takes a moment for what I can only describe as a victory lap with the windows down. He quote tweets a guy named James Stephenson, who lays it out beautifully. 2 years ago, the headlines, Elon destroyed the Tesla brand globally. It'll never recover. Today, #1 selling EV in California, the Tesla Model Y. And Elon's entire response, 3 characters and 2 greater than signs. Product, arrow, arrow, brand. Product is greater than brand. 23 million views on what is essentially a man dropping the math symbol equivalent of a microphone. And look, agree with him or not, it's a thesis. He follows it up by reposting the Tesla owner's account showing rows of rocket engines with the caption, just make it exist first. You can make it good later. 57,000 likes. It is, weirdly, the most coherent the entire day gets. Build the thing. Ship the thing. Worry about the vibes never. That's the whole philosophy. And honestly, it's the connective tissue for everything else he posts today, because for the rest of the day, he is absolutely not worried about the vibes, because then we cross the Atlantic. Buckle up, Britain, because today you are the main character. Elon posts 2 words, restore Britain, over a clip about Reform UK and foreign nationals and social housing. 5.6 million views, 77,000 likes. He is not subtweeting British politics anymore. He is just tweeting it directly. Then he co-signs a guy named Ben Habib, who argues everyone panicking about a new Restore Britain party splitting the reform vote has it backwards. Elon's verdict? True. 20 million views on that one word. And then the big one, he straight up reposts a 6-minute video from Rupert Lowe, an actual member of parliament, captioned Behold today. No commentary. Just hands you a 6-minute British political monologue. 29 million views. That is the single most seen thing he touched all day, and he didn't write a word of it. The richest man on earth has become a one-man amplification engine for British opposition politics, and the algorithm is eating it with a spoon. Now here's where the day gets heavier and the numbers get serious. The single highest engagement post of the entire 24 hours? One word, good. 210,000 likes, 8.8 million views. He's quote tweeting a report that the quote Minnesota fraud empire is falling, 15 fraudsters charged, $90 million busted. Good. That's it. And the people agreed loudly. From there, it's a tour of the immigration discourse. He replies definitely not to Senator Mike Lee posting that high-trust societies cannot survive uncontrolled immigration, 13 million views. He reposts Daniel DiMartino, citing a study that 1% of the population accounted for 63% of violent crime convictions in Sweden. And he amplifies a post about France's justice minister calling for a 3-year moratorium on legal migration, captioned, "This is the cultural temperature keeps climbing." He reacts to a post about Henry Nowak, a case where someone was, quote, stabbed in the back of the legs while trying to escape, and Elon's entire response is a single red 100 emoji, 21 million views on an emoji. Let that sink in. He then boosts a take accusing UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer of two-tier policing, taking the knee for George Floyd but staying silent on the Nowak case. And then James Woods enters, because of course he does, with a genuinely harrowing post about a 19-year-old murder victim named Isabella Stroop. It's grim, it's emotional, and it pulled 1.5 million views into Elon's orbit. But my personal favorite cryptic moment of the day, he quote tweets the writer Mike Solana, who's deep in some argument about Hollywood race swapping, and Elon adds exactly 7 words: fate loves irony, but despises hypocrisy. 18 million views. I have read it 40 times. I do not know what it means. It sounds like a fortune cookie that went to law school. But 18 million people nodded sagely and scrolled on. Soul. And then, somewhere around midnight, Elon enters his Philosopher-King era. He co-signs a Kyle Becker post arguing the West thrive because of rational thought, individual rights, and free enterprise. One word, true. 28 million views. Then, my favorite tweet of the entire day, he replies to the investor Balaji, who posted a chart of the historical population of Rome collapsing and recovering, with 5 words of pure deadpan. The 400s in Rome were brutal. 8.5 million people saw a man process the fall of the Roman Empire like it was a rough quarter. The 400s brutal. Elon, the Visigoths were not messing around. He keeps rolling. A yup to a post claiming leftism was always about controlling the system to become the rich. A repost of a take that taxes didn't build those big companies, they show up after the success. And a chart comparing the Marshall Plan to foreign aid in Africa, captioned a must read. By this point, it's clear. Somewhere between the bug fixes and the Visigoths, this is just how the man unwinds. Most of us doom scroll before bed. He reshapes global discourse and then posts about ancient Rome. So that's the day. One man, 24 hours. He shipped an AI model, took a victory lap on Tesla, adopted British politics as a personal hobby, narrated the fall of Rome, and somewhere in there found time to approve of bug fixes in a terminal emulator. The connective thread? Product is greater than brand. Build loud, post louder. Never once worry about the vibes. Whether that's visionary or completely unhinged is genuinely the whole reason this show exists. If you made it this far, you're my people. Here's my ask, one more time, in plain English. I want to hit 500 subscribers by June 1st, and we are so close I can taste it. Subscribe on YouTube, follow DGTL Dreamscapes on X, and share this with the one friend in your life who would absolutely lose it over the 400s in Rome were brutal. And tell me in the comments what you want next. More tech, more chaos, a deep dive on a specific feud. I'm building this thing around what you actually want to watch. Help me get there before June. I'm your host. This was the Xultimate Firehose. And remember, somewhere out there, right now, he's already typing the next one.